From its iconic big bads to the lovable Scooby Gang, there are many things we love about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but the reason why it was such a consistently fantastic show is all because of Sarah Michelle Gellar's tour de force performance as Buffy Summers. Throughout Buffy's 7 seasons, Gellar showed the heroine's vulnerability, selflessness, and unwavering heroism. The actress has left an indelible mark on pop culture, and much to fans' delight, Gellar will once again be playing Buffy Summers in the upcoming Buffy reboot. Though she'll be performing in a supporting capacity, her appearances will no doubt lead to more iconic Buffy scenes. Until then, we can rewatch Gellar's best performances in the original show. A Silent Slayer. Season 4, Episode 10, Hush. Buffy in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 4 episode, Hush. With her witty dialogue and penchant for making up words, Buffy is a fairly verbose character, to the point that Buffy speak became a term in the pop culture lexicon, which describes the unique way Buffy and her friends talk. But when she's robbed of her voice by Buffy's scariest monsters, the Gentleman, Gellar makes the heroine just as compelling. She shows Buffy fear and panic at her situation, along with an incredible amount of humor, particularly when she attempts to use hand gestures to convey slaying, and the Scoobies think she's making a sexual innuendo. It's also a powerful moment when Buffy lets out her loud, girlish scream that ultimately kills the Gentleman. But Gellar's best acting comes at the very end of the episode, when Buffy and Riley see each other for the first time after having discovered their respective secret identities. Their silence, not due to having their voices taken away but simply not being able to find the words, speaks volumes. So I say we change the rule. Season 7, Episode 22, Chosen. Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar, standing on an open road in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series finale Chosen. Gellar always turns Buffy's badassness up to the hilt when she's leading her allies into battle, and the final fight against the first in Buffy's series finale is the most important one the heroine has ever had to face. But this one is different, not because the stakes are higher, but because Buffy completely changed the game of what a Slayer is. In her speech the night before, which we don't see in full until the battle is underway, Buffy explains that she's ready to change the rule, that there can only be one Slayer to save the world, and enlists Willow to cast a spell activating the Slayer powers in every potential. It's the ultimate embracing of the show's feminist empowerment themes. Gellar is sheer perfection here. She's calm and measured but with an undercurrent of rage at the bunch of men who established the broken Slayer system. She's also confidence personified, with her assuredness in her best friend's powerfulness and the fact that they're going to win the war. Every fan deep down wants to be Buffy, and here, Gellar proves why. Without her Slayer powers. Season 3, Episode 12, Helpless. Buffy talking to Giles in Helpless. Buffy may bemoan her Slayer powers throughout Buffy's first few seasons, but she doesn't realize how much they've become a part of her identity until they're taken away from her in Season 3, Episode 12, Helpless. For as excellent as she is at portraying Buffy's heroism, Gellar is just as spectacular at showing her sheer terror at her inability to save herself or others from the Hellmouthers' dangers. Though she has recently turned 18 and become an adult, Buffy is almost childlike in her fear. This makes it even more of a gut punch when she realizes it's Giles, her watcher and father figure whom she trusts more than anyone, who's been drugging her to suppress her powers. Buffy's sense of betrayal that Gellar is able to convey with her eyes alone breaks the audience's heart right along with Giles's. It also makes Buffy's fight against the deranged vampire, Zachary Kralik, all the more emotional because we feel how terrified she is, even though we know she's going to win. Telling her friends she was in heaven. Season 6, Episode 7, Once More, With Feeling. Anya, Buffy, and Tara singing in the episode Once More, With Feeling. When most people think about Once More, With Feeling, they often think about the Buffy musical's iconic songs, like Tara's love ballad, Under Your Spell, or Anya rocking out to her fear of bunnies in I've Got a Theory, /bunnies, /If We're Together. But the episode also sees one of Gellar's best Buffy moments when the Slayer sings the truth, that her friends pulled her out of heaven. One of the episode's biggest strengths is how organically it weaves Season 6 story arc into the plot. Buffy is desperately clinging to this painful secret, but in musicals, you can't help but sing your feelings, so that's what she does in Something to Sing About. The sad lilt in Buffy's voice when she sings, I Was in Heaven, is absolutely soul-crushing, and Gellar proves herself as an unmatched lead actress, as her performance also brings out the emotions in her co-stars, particularly Alison Hannigan as Willow, who led the resurrection spell. Buffy's earlier private confession to Spike almost made the list, but this moment hits for every single character. Buffy as Faith. Season 4, Episode 20, Who Are You? Faith as Buffy staring down Spike at the bronze in Who Are You? Gellar has played a possessed Buffy, an 18th-century damsel in distress Buffy, and even a bewitched Buffy who was, shudder, attracted to Xander. But in Season 4's Who Are You?, the actress plays a whole other character in Faith, who cast a spell that saw her and Buffy swap bodies. It wasn't as simple as wearing leather pants and saying, 5 by 5, Gellar became Faith, completely taking on Eliza Dushku's physical mannerisms and vocal cadence as the Rogue Slayer. As much as we were concerned for Buffy the character and relieved to see the spell broken, we also wish it had lasted a bit longer because Gellar as Faith as Buffy was television gold. Death is Buffy's gift. Season 5, Episode 22, The Gift. Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy Summers sacrificing herself in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 5 episode The Gift. To say Buffy makes sacrifices as the Slayer is an understatement. But she makes the ultimate sacrifice in Season 5's The Gift, when she gives her life to save the world. The act itself is heroic enough, but Gellar shows why Buffy is television's ultimate superhero through her agency and determination. When Buffy knows what needs to be done, the decision is simple. Gone is the fear of dying she had in Season 1 after the prophecy. In fact, Buffy's strongest emotion is the love and concern she has for her little sister, a protector up until the very end. Gellar is able to convey so many of Buffy's emotions through how she runs, and here it was peace at delivering her gift. Receiving the Class Protector Award. Season 3, Episode 20, The Prom. An image of Buffy receiving the Class Protector Award. She is wearing her prom outfit although the dress is not in the shot completely. She is also seen wearing her hair down and smiling. Being a Slayer is a thankless job, to say the least, especially because Buffy has to keep her identity a secret. It also means that she has to miss out on the joys of being a teenager, whether that's joining the cheerleading squad, dating boys, or even having her picture in the yearbook.